You know how odd you gotta be to kill the vibe of a rap beef?
Yeah, no.
Like, you
Is
know
that what
how
happened?
weird of a motherfucker you gotta be to kill a vibe of a poppin' rap beef?
You think the vibe is killed?
For the moment. Yeah, for the moment until Kenny say something else.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like it's an uncomfortable vibe in the air.
Vibe
so
in
to
the air.
speak,
Do you
yeah.
feel like you have that feeling because you're a Kendrick fan, or
Honestly, I'm not though.
what fan are you?
Cole. Jermaine Cole.
Where's he at?
Well, we'll talk about that later. I have my theory about
Yeah.
it. Actually, I'm not a Cole fan, and I'll
You're
tell
not
you
a
guys
Cole-
why.
okay, gotcha.
But I wouldn't consider myself a Kendrick. I respect Kendrick.
Okay.
I listen to it. If you look through my phone, the only Kendrick song that's on my Spotify is Baby King features.
So you agree with Drake when he say his shit is only hot when Baby King put a pen to it?
That's the only time it makes my playlist.
Oh, okay.
His shit is hot on its own though.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
it's not gonna be in
Yeah,
the
it's
day-to-day.
Drake's hot is making it to the playlist.
When he has 21 on it.
Oh yeah.
Only Drizzy joints I have features on it. Yeah. Damn, maybe both of them niggas just suck.
No, it's whatever. But no, back to the beef though.
Yeah.
So with the Heart Part 6,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like the tone of the rap battle has changed.
A little bit because like when I will say this, off first listen, I said, "Oh, Drizzy, that's crazy."
You said
right?
you thought he
yeah,
slid.
Yeah, I was like, he slid off first listen.
Yeah.
Then I listened to it a second time. I said,
Yeah.
And then the third time I said, what is this nigga talking about actually?
Yeah, so you feel like, and I agree with how you
Mm-hmm.
feel, right? You have no problem with the making fun of the molestation is wild, right? But in comparison to everything, this is at least my viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
This is mine, not his. It's wild, but when you take it to everything that's been said in this
Mm-hmm.
rap beef, it's not that crazy. But when you pair it up with him saying that he was saying he could never be in that position with underage people
right.
because he was famous. I really had to look in the mirror and be like, does he live in the same world as me?
Probably.
Or is he lying to me to make me feel like I'm dumb for thinking that he could be doing that?
Two things could be true as
And
well.
what? Because I was like R. Kelly,
Dan
Cosby,
Schneider,
Dan Schneider, Weinstein, Diddy.
Epstein.
Yeah, it's like basically it's the famous rich people.
Yeah, it's all the famous rich people they get away with. And half of those niggas got away with it.
Yeah, that was weird. That was very, for him to be like, no, I didn't do this because I'm too famous to be doing this. I'm like, does he know what fame does?
You're
in the
just famous
demographic.
enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you
That's
could
your
be
vibe.
leading the cabal.
Yeah, like how I feel about it is kind of similar to what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny did write a letter to his son.
Yeah,
That's
which is crazy. And saying that you wish you was gone.
But
He
niggas
never
say that all the
existed.
time. So okay,
I feel like that was a little different.
that's crazy. But niggas say, "Oh, I
got
wish you
you.
wasn't here."
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah,
Writing a letter to my kid and telling him how terrible I am and you will be his mentor, that's crazy.
yeah, 100%.
Calling me a P word, whether it's true or whatever, is crazy.
Yeah, 100%.
But making fun of somebody that got touched as a child,
Yeah,
I'm in the middle, right? Because on one end, I'm like, anything goes, right?
yeah.
'Cause
That's
they've
not
been going
fair. That's
crazy.
not fair to Drake to say that. But
But
I will say
I'm not
yeah.
saying that. I'm not saying the anything goes thing is different for Drizzy.
Yeah.
I'm saying just making that comment.
There was other ways to flip it.
Yeah,
to
it's just making that comment. It seemed like you was trying to make fun of him because for something he had no control over.
No, even past
Basically.
that, I feel like that's whatever because it is rap beef, and while that's disgusting, it's everything that's been said to this point has been nasty. I think it was the idea of him making light of it, but then saying like, "Oh, that's why you care about if I was touching kids because you were."
Right.
I'm like, no, I think
It's
he
just a
should
generally
equally care.
bad thing.
Yeah, and for you to view it that way makes me think you might
that you're
really do
actually
that.
doing it. And another thing is too, Kenny was saying stuff about the daughter, him potentially being a P word, the daughter, whatever. Those are things you have control over. Taking care of your kids.
Yeah.
not being a drug addict, not being a P word. Yeah. Those are things you have control over. The thing Drizzy made fun of, is something 10-year-old, 8-year-old Kenny had nothing to do with. Some weird motherfucker just decided to do
I feel like if we found
if
Kendrick had found stuff about Drake from a time where, like, the Degrassi time or younger than that, and it had come to light, I don't think people would view it the same. But like, just even moving back in the rap beef, right? Because that's whatever, and I still feel my way, but I won't
either way, Drizzy killed the vibe.
I won't say Drake was wrong for it, but it did come off as disingenuous, especially if that's supposed to be your defense on the allegations. Not saying that he shouldn't have spoke on the allegations.
He should have.
It was just those being your defenses and bringing up Millie Bobby Brown was just very weird.
And saying I would be in jail if I was that. Which isn't
no, that's
true.
not true. Not true at all.
So you really just didn't do anything but respond.
Yeah,
you didn't help your case.
People were saying like he basically did the equivalent of nuh-uh. And that's basically
if I'm lying, why aren't my pants on fire?
But this isn't a shit on Drake show because there's some weird things about
on
the Kendrick
Kenny's side
thing, right?
Too, yeah,
the potentially beating his wife, right? Mm-hmm. If you're doing that, you're wild. And this is equal standings. If you believe Drake, you have to believe Kendrick. If you believe Kendrick, you have to believe Drake.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes it super disingenuous for Drake, at least, is that when the Pusha T situation happened, he denied Adonis after it got leaked until he then double backed and then basically was like, no, I do have a kid.
Yeah. So
but,
that could have been the
so
same
that's
thing,
where it's easy to be like, oh, well, Drake's a habitual liar. We should never believe him. But even a broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Yeah, he could be telling the truth.
Yeah, he could be telling the truth. Just like how Kendrick could be telling the truth about everything he's saying about Drizzy. Because if you look at it, there's different theories saying like, oh, Drake planted the mole. But then at the same time, why would he plant the mole to step on his own song? Because I feel like this, right? People were saying that Drizzy had a nuke. I think Family Matter was that nuke. That was the red button. And then it didn't do what it did. Because it got stepped on by information that he gave to Kendrick through the mole.
Yeah.
He actually used the information in the joint. It should have been him not use any information that he gave to Kendrick because it was a fake mole. Mm-hmm. And then when Kendrick dropped that shit, it'd be like, aha, we got you.
Yeah. If that's what makes it seem like he just made that. And to be fair, the mole stuff came out on the internet first.
Yeah, about it being a fake.
And I feel like because he's an internet nigga.
Yeah.
He seen that and was like.
Well, yeah, and even if he didn't, it's like.
I'm not saying that.
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible
because
that he
that's
would do
what a regular person would do. They would
right.
see some like, oh, I could get out of this if I say this.
Right.
Just like how people feel like Kendrick has been going on the internet and gathering like everybody's thoughts on Drake and like just really saying how basically the world feels about
that's
Drake.
That's possible, yeah.
And then that's why like the song Not Like Us is going crazy. Because
he made a club banger that nigga said he couldn't make. He doubled, tripled down on
the thing that everybody says he should come at Drake for.
Right. And then
it all worked out with a DJ Mustard beat.
On a D, which nobody asked for a Mustard beat, but
it's going crazy.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked, yeah.
But I don't know. It puts the beef in a weird situation. Kendrick's wife not saying that he didn't do this is strange. It's very strange. But I will say, even if their relationship isn't in a good spot outside of this, she might not want to go out and just even
be a part of this. She don't want to be a part of it.
Because they could still have a rocky marriage and be getting a divorce, and it has nothing to do with domestic violence.
Right.
Or it could be about that, and she's not saying anything because it's true. We don't know either way, right. But it's like you can't believe one side without
over the other.
You have to instantly believe both. If you're willing, the only thing that changes what makes you willing to believe a side is if you're a fan of them, and that's what made me jump back and forth because I was like, yeah, I believe Kendrick because Drake is weird.
Yeah, he's a weird dude.
He's documented weird. Feel how you feel about him. You can love him to the end of the earth, but you gotta admit he's weird. So that's why I was like, I gotta believe Kendrick because Drake is weird. But then I was like, wait, I don't know anything about Kendrick because he's super private. Kendrick could be weird.
He could be weird, but this is the thing. I think the privacy kind of helps Kendrick a little bit in this situation. I agree with you. You do just gotta believe both and just keep going forward
until receipts come out.
Receipts come out.
Receipts may never come out.
Receipts may never come out because them niggas don't want to go to jail. But with Kendrick's situation, because he's so private, the stuff Drizzy was saying about him is stuff that we don't know. I didn't know him and his wife was having problems until Drizzy said it.
Yeah.
On the flip, Drizzy, your homie did get arrested for trafficking.
Yeah, he only didn't go to jail because the woman wouldn't testify.
Right. Drizzy, you do text and admittedly text and hug and kiss random little girls.
Well, Kylie Jenner, Millie Bobby Brown, SZA.
We forgot about SZA. Let me relax.
He did the bar,
but
it was only a bar.
I didn't mean it. I got my ears wrong. Shut up, nigga. You are documented of being weird.
Yeah.
Kenny, as far as
he's gotten away with it because nobody knows anything about it.
Yeah, he's not documented being weird.
He could be weird as a bitch.
He could be.
Yeah.
Actually, he is documented being weird. Doing push-ups and running in the middle of the street is weird.
That's just a jail dude. But he's never been to jail, so that makes him weird. Yeah.
But he's not documented doing anything nefarious. So as far as we understand,
adopted jail behavior with never being in a cell is crazy.
That's the kind of point that we talked about in the chat. They're both probably just terrible people.
Yeah, 100%.
And we've been listening to them for years. Maybe we shouldn't at all.
Yeah. And then with that mindset, we can't even say Rick Ross is winning this beef because that's how we felt before. But Rick Ross, he's weird.
Yeah, he's weird because you ain't even know it. And to, I guess, maybe end this out, my theory on J. Cole is those two, if let's say everything that's been said is true.
Yeah.
Those two know what they do.
Yeah.
And they know that the opposite person may or may not know that.
Yeah.
And they still were comfortable to continue on with the beef.
Yeah.
J. Cole was so afraid of them releasing what he was going to do.
He dipped out?
That he dipped out.
So you think J. Cole's the most dangerous?
J. Cole's the most dangerous, and my theory is he's a war criminal. He's a spy or something.
He did go play in Africa.
Why are you playing in Africa? The EuroLeague's better.
Maybe he wanted to, work with the homeland.
Brother, you live with your mom, man.
There we go. All right, everybody. This has been another R&P conversation.
I'm on to you. I know what you want.
Another R&P conversation. Let us know how you feel about this beef. It's definitely in a weird spot right now. Maybe by the time this video drops, something else will have happened.
If something drops while we're sitting here, we will react to it.
Yeah, instantly. But I don't know.
I don't know. The vibe is off because of Drizzy. Not Like Us is a banger.
Yeah.
And
Metro. BBL Drizzy.
Oh, that's Shout out Metro.
Yeah, the GOAT. He actually created rap history. But yeah, follow us on all social media, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
And even though Meet the Grams, the one part wasn't true or whatever,
supposedly,
it's still a banger.
Yeah.
He still cooked them.
Yeah.
So, boom. Peace out.